talked about books for a really long time, I feel like, and I really miss it, because just whenever I watch some, like, talking about books videos, I'm like, I want to talk about books, I need it now, and I thought I could do another recommendation video, because I did my favorite contemporary romance books, and now I decided to do kind of a similar thing, and that is books where I completely loved the romantic aspect of it, like, you know, just I loved the relationship of the main couple, if you know what I mean. So it's not like only like my favorite romance books, but books that I love the romance in. If it makes any sense, I don't know, I hope it does. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the books. The first book I got here is a book that you definitely know, but I had to put it here, so just like, if you haven't read it, you have to. And I definitely talked about it in the last recommendation video, which I'll link down below if you want to check that too. I just have to say it, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I absolutely love this book. I love the romantic aspect of it. I think that their relationship is super cute and awesome and wonderful and beautiful, and just, I totally love it. You definitely have to know what this is about, and yeah, if not, I'll link all of the books on Goodreads so that you can check like the professional description of the plot and just reviews of other people and stuff. So, yeah, it's just a wonderful book, and it's definitely my favorite. So if you haven't read this yet, please go read it. It's awesome. Seriously, it's really, really worth reading. Next book is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and no, I will not stop talking about this. I think I filmed a review on this book, so I'm gonna link that down below too. I just love this book. I absolutely adore it, and everyone has to read it because it's just the best book ever, and it's definitely one of my favorites. And actually a lot of people think that this is a contemporary romance, but it's actually fantasy, but it's like a modern fantasy. It's nothing like something like high fantasy. It's actually a lot like Harry Potter. Like a lot of the characters and just like plot twists and stuff are very similar to Harry Potter, but yeah, modern fantasy romance, but the characters are awesome. I loved the relationship of the main two characters, and it's just seriously one of my favorite romances, because just read it, please, I'm begging you, read this. Next book I got is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and it wouldn't be a romance recommendation if I didn't mention any of Colleen Hoover's books, because if you haven't heard of all these people talking about it, it's just so good. She writes new adult romance, and mostly everyone loves it. Like, I've heard only one person say they don't like her books, but the rest of people I've heard talking about it are just like completely in love with it. I am in love with it, and just I adored it. I cried so much. Everyone cried so much. It's just so beautiful and so amazing. And it follows, I actually didn't describe any of these two books, I'm sorry about that, but just the main character loses her dad. And that's like absolutely not the point of it, but she just loves her dad, so she's moving to Boston, and there she's like starting a life, and I'm not sure if they moved to Boston after her father died or not, but just she lives in Boston right at the beginning, and then she meets a guy, and she meets the guy on the rooftop, which is like right at the beginning, and then it's like there's a cut, and just then there's like her life in 6 months and stuff, and just then like there are some more cuts there, but like it completely fits there, and just it's awesome and amazing, just it's brilliant. And yeah, so then of course they meet again, no surprise, not really a spoiler, because just of course they meet again. And yeah, their relationship is just really cool, and like at the beginning he's like, I don't do relationships, he really focuses on his career, and she isn't like a girl who would enjoy one-night stands and stuff, and they do this thing where they share their naked truths, which is really amazing, because it's just like raw emotion, real honesty and stuff, and I just absolutely love that. I wish we all shared our naked truths together, but yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Like I said, I'll link it on Goodreads so that you can check a professional review and description and stuff, but just like, yeah, it's a brilliant, awesome, heartbreaking, heartwarming, beautiful romance, and you have to read this. Like, if you want to read any of Colleen Hoover's books, go check this one out. Please read this, it's so good. Next book I of course have to share with you, because again I will never stop talking about this because just I adore it, and again I have a review up on my channel, but it's really old so it's probably terrible, but I'll link that down below too. Surprise, surprise. And yeah, and that is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. You've heard millions of people talking about it, but I have to talk about it too because it's just absolutely brilliant, amazing, wonderful, and just, oh, yeah. So if you don't know, it's a story about a girl and a guy, and the guy is called Will Trainer, and he is a quadriplegic. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he can't move his legs, he can't move his arms. He can move his arms, but like, whatever, just, he can't do anything by himself, and so she becomes his caretaker, something in that sense. She's just supposed to cheer him up and stuff like that. And yeah, they just develop a relationship, and just, I absolutely adore the romantic aspect of it, just their relationship. It's just so amazing. Both of their personalities, I just love them. They're so special characters, but just so human and so real, and just I love that. And absolutely love Lou, who's the main character. She's just so like quirky. She just wears all these like clothes, crazy clothes, and I love that. She's just really like goofy and awesome. I adore her, and just he's like a little like angry, but because like he used to love life and now he like can't do anything, and just it's just so amazing. Like please read it. It's so beautiful. And it's really worth reading. Like, millions of people are reading it because it's just so good. Next book I got is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, and I may have mentioned, like, I really may have mentioned these books in the contemporary romance recommendation, but definitely not all of them, and just, like, I really focus on the romantic aspect of it. So if it's, like, if the relationship is what you care about really a lot, which I do, I just try to recommend you books where I really, really love the romantic relationship, whatever. So, All the Bright Places is a book where what's discussed a lot there is just mental illness, suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety, and all that. And just, that is something that's like really, that I'm really interested in, like, to learn about it, read about it, all that stuff. So just, it's like a really, like, difficult book to read, kind of, but it's like really awesome, and it's just really worth reading. And just, yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like Jennifer, like, really writes about all these things well, and I absolutely love the two main characters, and their relationship is just so awesome, and, like, it's the kind of relationship where they try to help each other when they try to, like, be, like, a little happier together, or I don't know how to say it exactly, and just, it's, like, really cute and awesome, and it's just like, I definitely love their relationship, and this whole book is awesome, and yeah, you should check this out too, it's real good. Next book I have here, which I haven't talked about for sure, is The Siren by Kira Cass. In case you don't know, Kira Cass is the writer who wrote the Selection series, and she wrote this book too. It's a standalone, and it's like, it's not a retelling of like The Little Mermaid or something, but it is so cool, because it's like, it's about mermaids, but it's like super cool. So basically the ocean in this book is like a person, and not really, but just the ocean has emotions and stuff, and like she needs to like basically like kill humans to survive. And so the sirens, the mermaids there, like sing so that like the people jump into the ocean, and so that like the ocean can kill them and continue living, and you know. So yeah, and the sirens always have to stay with the ocean for 100 years, and they like during that time they're like young and like immortal, and they can do like anything they want. So they basically have a great life, only they can't really make friends, they can't fall in love, they can't do any of these things, and like they're just really awesome. And just of course the main character wants love, wants to fall in love, which is kind of like a similar thing to The Little Mermaid, but that's like the only connection between those two, I'd say. And yeah, so she wants to fall in love, but of course like she can't really fall in love, so like yeah, of course she falls in love and develops a relationship, and I love that relationship. I think it's really cool and special, and just this book is really awesome. Like, it's like a relaxing book, you know, like the kind where you don't have to think that much, and definitely recommend it. So another one that I probably mentioned in the other video too because I adore it is Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell, because she writes just awesome romances. Eleanor Park, I don't even know how to describe that book. They're like, Eleanor and Park are both in high school, and Eleanor doesn't have it like simple with her family. Like Park has a pretty normal life. He doesn't have many friends, but like he's not like I don't want to say he's nothing special, but like pretty much everything in his life is just normal. But when it comes to Eleanor, it's just like she doesn't have her dad. I don't know if he died or if he's like just not there, if he left them or whatever. Life isn't really easy, and so just they fall in love, and it's super cute, and it's just such a special relationship, such a special romance, such a special book, and it's really just so beautiful, so full of like teenage pure love, and it's just so beautiful. Like when I love books, which like I usually share books I love with you, and so then when I love them I can't say anything bad about it, I can't say anything useful about them, but that's why I'm gonna link the books on Goodreads down below, because there's something that is actually useful, but I still hope that it's useful, like what I say, you know, whatever. But anyway, it's just an awesome book. You have to check this out. Yeah, I'm recommending books I love to you, so of course you have to check it all out because it's just so good. And another book I got is Every Day by David Levithan, which I finished reading like 2 days ago or something, and holy crap, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, it's so interesting, and I really, really enjoyed reading it. I read it super fast. It's so floppy and awesome. Anyway, it's just a book about... like, I thought it was a guy, but he's not really a guy. It's just a genderless, like, person, and I'm gonna call it he, because that will make it sound like it makes a bit of sense, you know? Because if I say it, it's weird. If I, just whatever. Anyway, the main character is called A, and he wakes up in a different body every single day, and he doesn't know why, he doesn't know how it happened, he doesn't know like anything about it, but it's just the way it works. So every day he's just in a body of someone who has like the same age, and so just, yeah, every day he wakes up and he's either a girl or a guy or anything. It can be just all kinds of people. And just in every chapter, he's like in a different person. It's like every chapter is like another day. And then he falls in love with a girl when he's like in the mind of a guy who dates that girl. He falls in love with her, and their relationship is super cool because, I mean, he wakes up in a body of someone else every single day. So just so interesting, and just like I love how he's like genderless and super tolerant, and how David describes all kinds of people, like yeah, I don't know, I just love the way he looks at gender, because it's like very like, he includes every kind of people. Like there's someone who has depression, there's someone who's like lesbian, transsexual, and just all that is just like aspects that I totally love, like just little things, but just it makes it really cool. And just like all these people, it's really interesting too, because like there are so many days, and every day he's in a different person, and so like just always the people are so different, and it's super interesting to watch all these different lives of all these people, and also like their relationship is just really, really cool. And I mean, even the actual like plot is so interesting, and I think that this book is really interesting, really cool, and I love David Levithan, so. And then last but not least, books I almost forgot to take out of the bookshelves, of course, I mean, yes, ACOTAR series. Oh hell yeah, because that's the best romance on the entire freaking planet. ACOTAR is awesome, like it's really just like, it's so well written. Just Sarah J. Maas creates, just her worlds are incredible. The characters are so well developed, and just the way it's written, just the plot, everything about it is perfect. I can't find a single bad thing about it because it's just awesome. And the story is just about a girl who, her family's really poor, and just she has to hunt so that they have something to eat, so she kills animals, and it starts with her killing a wolf who's not really a wolf. So there's a human realm, and then there's like the fae realm, and they're like fairies and stuff, and it's so good. I don't know, it's just like high fantasy. It has the best romance in it ever. It's just the romance in this series, holy shit, it's the best. I love it. And just ACOTAR is real good. It's awesome. I loved it. Like, oh my gosh, like I read this and I needed the second book. But Akamuff, I've spoken about this so many times, but Akamuff is the best book in the entire universe. The characters are so freaking amazing, and you have to read this right now because it's just the best book ever. And just this book is great, but like if you don't like this, you still absolutely have to read this, because just like if you don't like this, you will love this, and if you really like this, you will adore this, because just this, please read, if you don't read any of these books, read this, please, just read this. You'll love it. You won't be disappointed. I promise you. It's just so good. So yeah, those were all the books that I just love, and books that you have to read right now because they're so good. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Hope you like this video. See you in the next one, and have a wonderful day. Bye! Whoa.